Look at me go. 2 videos in 1 day. I just had another thought. For anyone who hasn't seen literally the 1 video I've posted, this is just where I talk all kinds of ideas that are constantly coming to my overstimulated ADHD brain. My name's Josh. Call me whatever the fuck you want though. So here's an interesting one. Like in this day and age, there's all this, there's all this kerfuffle about like acceptance and, calling people by the correct pronouns and stuff. And I'm not going to say I'm against that, but I'm not necessarily going to say I'm fully for it. But it creates a bit of an interesting climate where, and I notice myself doing this as well, like don't get me wrong, but like at work, like I haven't been very happy with my weight for 1.5 years, maybe more. All self-inflicted, like I was just munging burgers and all of this kind of stuff. I think the average calories you burn a day is somewhere around 2,000. I would have been consuming 4,000 every second day, and then maybe the daily intake, maybe more every other day. So I was getting real big, and it wasn't slowing down. So I've been on a diet and I've been really happy. I've been losing weight. I'm like 9 kilos down in a couple of weeks just by limiting food and calorie intakes and stuff. Obviously making sure to stay healthy and not starving myself. I'm just going hungry. I'm not going starving, But yeah, it's really interesting because I'll say to people at work, like, fuck yeah, I'm glad I'm losing weight. I'm so much thinner, like I was so fat, 9 kilos ago, and they all go, you weren't fat. Oh, you're not fat. And it's like thanks for trying to comfort me. I appreciate it. I like that people are actively trying to be kind to me. That's a good thing, so I wouldn't complain about that. But then it's also like, the fuck do you mean? I know my body. I know that I'm currently overweight. I'm obese. That's fat. I'm fat. I'm not fucking morbidly obese. I'm probably the average size of an American. That's a joke. Most Americans I met are really fucking thin, actually. But yeah, it's like everyone's like, oh, you're not fat. You're not fat. You're perfect. No, I'm not. I'm not fucking happy with myself. And you can't just tell someone that they're perfect just the way they are, especially when they've identified a flaw and they're ready to fix it. So, a lot of that coddling comes from people who aren't ready to fix that issue. They may never be, people who have been obese for ages, or they just don't give a fuck, right? So I guess if they're not planning on losing weight or actively doing something towards it, like, yeah, you don't want to be like, yeah, you're fat, But if it's your mate, if it's all love, it's all respect, why can't I be like, yeah, you fucking fat cunt, Like, if they don't want to change it, they don't have to change it, but I'm still going to see it. And that's the same thing I've had with myself, is I've looked in the mirror and I've gone, you're fat. I know this is a truth. I know, because I've seen it. I've seen the weight that I'm at. But other people have only seen me with shirts on. I wear baggy clothes, so you can't see my man tits and my big beer gut. Oh, you're not fat. Well, hold on, let me take my shirt off. So yeah, that's just another little thought. Do we really need to be telling everyone that they're perfect the way they are? And should we be allowed to say to people, like if someone's like, yeah, like I talk a lot, right? Like, shouldn't it be okay for people to say to you, hey, you talk way too much. You're really loud. I think you like the sound of your own voice, because we need to be kept in check, right? As human beings. And I'm not talking about like violence or like institutions enforcing things on you. No, I mean like individuals on a day-to-day basis with interaction. We should be checking ourselves all the time. Hey Josh, you're getting a bit porky. Because if you go see your family, where it's all unconditional love, they love you, and you'll rock up. My mum was the first one who noticed I was getting stretch marks. Oh, Josh, you're getting stretch marks. "Oh, you're getting quite big, you might want to fix that." And I appreciated that, you know. In fact, I appreciated that more than if she'd be like, "Oh, Josh, you know, oh, you're not that fat, you're looking good." No, she identified a flaw, you know, she identified a symptom of an issue that I have, and she took it to me, and I processed it, and I went, "Shit, I'm getting fat," you know. Little side note, I am an alcoholic, a functioning one, I like to believe. Like, I've got a job, and I haven't let it like ruin my life or anything, but I'm having a drink every night. A few drinks every night. But you know, like, I've had people come to me and be like, "Oh, Josh, you really need to slow down on your drinking," and blah, blah, blah. That's not something I'm really planning on changing right now. It's not a primary focus for my health, you know. It's more to maintain my sanity. But yeah, like, I don't mind people coming up to me and telling me, "You're a fucking alcoholic, you're gonna die, you're gonna get cirrhosis." Like, I appreciate it, because that shows that they're looking out for me. That shows that they care for me. You know, we were on a cruise, and I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise, but there's so much booze, dude. I was drinking all day, every day. I spent like $1,500 on drinks almost. So, you know, my stepbrother's coming to me and he's saying, "Josh, man, like, you're drinking way too much, you gotta slow down." And I was happy to justify my reasoning to him. You know what I mean? He didn't accept it. He's like, I don't give a fuck what reasoning you give me. You're an alcoholic, you're justifying your addiction. And that was fine to me, you know what I mean? I told him, like, "Hey, I'll try and reassure you that I know what I'm doing. You know, I'm not an idiot. I understand what alcoholism or addiction can do to you. So I'm not naive in that sense. I'm constantly trying to keep it in check." So I appreciate these people coming to me and saying, "Hey, fucking check yourself." And maybe that's what we should be doing with everyone. Show the love. Anyway, just some musings.